Shalom, Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, I can do in work and truth and sincerity. This video is basically inspired by MHD or Manosphere Highlights Daily because of his topic, which is why the black man has to die first in movies, the power of images. And, he basically went into why image is important and everything. He ended up citing a couple things like when they read black and white in the dictionary in the movie X, about Malcolm X's story and everything. However, I wanted to go spiritual with it. You know what I'm saying? And because really, image image is important. Image is power. However, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos, don't have your true image, which is what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai gave us, and that's our nationality. And of course, I'm gonna prove it through the scriptures. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 24. And the power said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And I'll read this verse because I want, you know, Akim or whoever is trying to learn, the elect, to understand that this is the day that every creature that was living was made, the fifth day. And the power said, because I'm going to read it again, and the power said, let the earth bring forth living creature after his kind. And that goes right along with Romans, the first chapter and the 25th verse. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worshiped the creature more than the Creator. So right there it says, creature, who served the creature more than the Creator. The Creator being the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and the creature being us and everything that's living. So let's keep going. And the power made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the power saw that it was good, and the power said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the power created man in his own image. In the image of the power created he him, male and female created he them. And the power blessed them, and the power said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and the fowl of the air and every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So basically, the Heavenly Father gave us his image. Male and female created he them. Of course that's important, because that's the order he gave. That's the order the Creator gave us, and he created us in his image. Why not in the image of the beast? Matter of fact, I'm gonna read quite a bit of this. The point is in like around the 20th verse, but I'm gonna read from 1 all the way down to like 25, because it has a point, and the point is the image. As a matter of fact, let me get the definition of image. A representation of an external form of a person or a thing in art. And really it's just a representation of an external form. Because the inward man, the inward man was created in the image of the Heavenly Father, and the outward is supposed to represent the Heavenly Father, the powers of heaven. That's what it's supposed to represent. That's why the Heavenly Father said, and the power created man in his own image. He gave us laws and rules. That's the image that he gave us, and we're supposed to reflect that as people and as men, you know. Now, let me get this in Psalms, the 73rd chapter. Like I said, I'm going to read quite a bit. So, Psalms 73 and 1, a psalm of Asaph. Truly the power is good to Israel. And there that goes again right there. Israel, because Israel is the chosen of the Heavenly Father. So that right there, that right there explains a lot, and it didn't even finish the whole verse yet. Truly the power is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there is no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. And we know who the wicked is talking about. If you don't know, I'll explain it after about the 20th verse. But just reading this, you'll get an idea of who the wicked is in this day and age. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. Get over it, you know. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. How do they set their mouth against the heavens? By speaking evil of the Heavenly Father, the Creator. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth the Most High know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? How does the power know, and how is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued, and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. Until I went into the sanctuary of the power, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation, as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Adawan, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. And what is their image? Everything from one all the way down. Thou shalt despise their image. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily or proudly. Pride has compassed them about as a chain. All of these things represent the image of the wicked. They say, how doth the power know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Basically questioning the Heavenly Father's existence and his knowledge and his power. And we know who on this planet does that. um, what is it? If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, until when I went to the sanctuary of the power, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou cast them down to destruction. How are they brought to desolation in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. As a dream when one waketh, so, O Adawan, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my own range, so foolish was I and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. And how is he as a beast before thee? Because the beast of the field, the Heavenly Father made the beast of the earth after his kind. The beasts of the field have no knowledge. So that's why Asaph says he was as a beast of the field, because they have no knowledge. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. And that's about as much as I'm reading. If you don't know, the image of the wicked is Esau, aka the so-called white man. They go about in their pride. They question the being of the Most High, and then they try to change the laws into something against what he said, against the image that he put forth for man. And like that movie say, in what is it, the 300, the real men are the men of Israel. Those are real men. Now, I'm going to go to Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. It says, matter of fact, starting at 1, why standest thou far off, O Adawan, Yahweh? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom Adonai Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the power. The power is not in all his thoughts. That's another image of the wicked. The Most High is not all in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them. And that's basically a specific Edomite that it's talking about, or a specific group of Edomites it's talking about. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursings and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And that's why image is important. We can read these words from the Bible and know the image of the people that it's talking about. I mean, you can lie to yourself if you want to, but yes, the so-called white man acts just like this. And we all know it, because this is his image. And that's how you know who the wicked is. And it's just like the image of the righteous, when we read the scriptures concerning you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos, we know it's you. Why? Because the prophecies say so, and our image speaks for itself. Even in this video, he goes through how 70%, they show a picture of the kids, and 70% of Edomite kids thought that the black kid was doing something violent to the white kid, and they just went on ahead to explain their train of thought. as opposed to 38% of black kids thought the same way. A much, much lower number. And why is that? That's because the righteousness speaks for itself. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to actually get it right at where it says 70 and 38, but I guess it changes too fast and shit. But anyway, y'all can kind of see it on the screen. But yeah, it says 70% of the Edomites basically thought that the black girl was being violent to the white girl, while 38% of the black kids thought the same thing about this picture. So it basically just went to prove that the white kids was more racist, or more racist or more bigoted, and it asks the question why, you know, and the true reason why is because the Heavenly Father made us a certain way. But going back into the image, hey, Esau's image is explained in the Bible as to what he truly is and what his true thoughts are. And yes, he leads by deceit, fraud, and under his tongue is mischief and vanity. That's why everybody around the world knows that Esau, the so-called white man, especially the ones in America, are causing all the violence around the world. But but through their deceit and their fraud and the tongue, their mischievous tongue, they put it on us, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos, make us look like the bad guy, even though we don't have anything. And we can't even, we don't have the power to do anything until the return of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, till he judges this place. Yes, you Negroes, Indians, Latinos, your image is important. But you need to get to the true image. You're not black, you're not Mexican, you're not Latino, you're not Indians, or savage, which is the proper meaning of the word Indian. We are the Israelites from our respective tribes. And yes, our image is important. Our image along with our name, our heritage. And this is also part of our heritage. And this is Deuteronomy 4, and I'm going to start at 4, and this will be my last group of scriptures. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your power are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, which this is our image. This is part of our image. This is what we are supposed to reflect to the world. The law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is what we're supposed to reflect to the world. This is where our power lies. Our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, gave us what we need to reflect to the world, for the world to view us as a great people, which is through our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye goest to possess. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom. For this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the power so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Because no nation has such righteous laws which the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, gave us. And this is our wisdom and our wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. And that's another reason why the wicked don't want you to get this truth. That's why they've been funding certain organizations to keep you confused about what the Bible really says. That's why they fund certain organizations to keep you from the truth of the Bible. And that's why they don't even report on when the Israelites, the brothers on the highways and hedges, go out there and teach you these things. Why? Because they don't want it to spread. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to go and study it. Why? Because it will change your image. You actually show that you're somebody, and not just somebody important. Because the Israelites are important. Even on this part, they were talking about the image of the so-called Negro man, because they wanted to change the image of the so-called black man. You know, not of one with a slave mentality, as violent and hypersexual, which actually comes from Edomites, but intelligent and masculine, which is seen as a threat, which is seen as scary. So your image is very important, and that's another thing that our women seem to be fighting us tooth and nail against too. Because when we have our power back, when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai returns and we're back in our proper image, our women will not have all these. They won't have all these. What should I call it? They won't have all these wicked thoughts in their mind anymore. They'll be forced to get in line. They'll be forced to play their role as they supposed to. And with that, I hope you Akim were edified. Until the next time, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kwakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you Akim doing the work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.